Why, hello everyone. It is day 47 for me out here on the Appalachian Trail. 630 miles. Feeling fantastic. Got a really good night's sleep last night. Woke up this morning feeling pretty great. Birds are chirping. I'm just outside, about 8 miles outside of Parisburg, Virginia. And so I've got a pretty easy day on tap for me. It's mostly downhill too, which is actually tougher on me than the uphill. But that's a story for another day. Anyways, yeah, just thought I'd record a little bit this morning. I know I've been slacking on that, so I apologize. But here in Virginia, it's just a lot of the same old green tunnel. So there hasn't been a lot of views. I saw one big snake. I'll put some footage of that in there. A couple nice little views, but nothing too crazy. Like it was all packed together there in Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, through the Smokies. Not to take anything away from Virginia, and I still have a lot of Virginia left, but it's been pretty uneventful. Hiking in the rain. Some good weather. The weather has been all over the place, just like the whole trip. And yeah, so I've just been putting in about 20 miles each day, averaging that, and getting into some of the switch this around. Some of the more beautiful spots in Virginia, per se. There's Tinker Cliffs coming up, McAfee's Knob, which is probably the most iconic and most photographed spot on the Appalachian Trail. So I've got that coming up. I think it's called the Dragon's Tooth as well, and that's the Triple Crown, they call it. So I'm kind of excited to get into that area. That'll be after Delville, which is around mile 730. Delville, I have a resupply coming from home from my dad and my brother, which is, again, I can't thank those guys enough for helping out back home and getting the stuff together and getting it out to me. Their busy lives to take some time out and help out this poor guy over here walking through the forest in Virginia. It's really appreciated. I'm kind of excited for this resupply because I'm going to be getting some new kicks. These shoes here, they're Topos. They still have some life left in them. I could probably milk another couple 100 miles out of them. I'm gonna have to get at least another 100 anyway to get to Delville. But they've been great shoes, and I'm still on my first pair. I haven't had a single blister. I haven't had a single hot spot. My feet feel pretty great. They've got a rock plate in them, so that helps some with the rocks. But all in all, they've been great shoes. But since I'm at 730 miles at that point, that's going to be pretty close to a third of the way. So I will be getting a new pair of shoes, and if I can keep up the mileage, if the shoes hold up like this first pair, then that'll only be 3 pairs of shoes for this whole hike, which is better than I thought. I was expecting 4 or 5, so there's my little rant on my shoes, but it's an exciting thing for me out here to get a new pair of shoes. Your feet are your money makers out here. Not that I'm making any dang money, spending a lot of it, but not making much of it. And yeah, just hiking along through Virginia. And this little bit of footage that you've seen right here as I'm talking, you've seen pretty much everything that I've hiked through for the last 100 miles. So yeah, I've been missing a whole lot. I've been talking to a few neat people. There's tons of neat people out here. Trail Magic's been great. There was a dry spell on the Magic for a little bit. Not that I ever expect it, but it sure is nice to walk to a road crossing and get a cold Coca-Cola and some fresh fruit, some snacks. The Trail Magic I hit yesterday, actually, or the day before yesterday, I hit them right as I was wandering into camp for the night, and they cooked me up some sausages, a fresh salad, had all kinds of snacks. I'll give you a little footage of these folks too. They are Some people out of Indiana, really great company, really nice people. Thank you again. And then I camped right in that area too. That's where I had planned on camping anyway. And so they told me when I wake up in the morning to come back on over, and they cooked me up some biscuits and gravy and had a cup of coffee for me at 7 o'clock in the morning. And it's just fantastic when stuff like that happens. It's not all the time, but it's been happening more here in Virginia, so there is that. Trail days is over, so I decided to skip out on that. The partying isn't really my scene anymore. 5 years ago, yeah, I'd have been all over it. But I've mellowed out my partying days and didn't really need any gear. The food sounded great. They brought in a bunch of food trucks. And, you know, I'm sure I missed out on meeting some great people out there. But I figured, you know, I'm meeting a lot of great people out here on the trail already. So I just decided to carry on. And when I walked that weekend during trail days, it was really nice. It was quiet out here on the trail. You know, not a lot of people, spooking the wildlife everywhere. So I saw some white-tailed deer, some turkeys. You know, it just seemed like more wildlife was out. It seemed more natural out here. And I doubt that the trail will be that calm again the rest of the way with everybody that was hanging out at trail days. And so I'm pretty glad with my choice of missing trail days. Sounds like a great time. But all in all, the end of the day, I skipped it, and I'm happy with that choice. So here I am out here. Trail days is over. People have gotten back onto the trail. It's getting crowded again. Well, not crowded, but it's getting busier again. Thru hikers are back, and we are all headed north. Mount Katahdin, here we come. Attitude's been great out here. We're all super excited to be here. Starting to get that feeling like we just might make it to Katahdin. I feel like we're finally starting to get somewhere. When you look at that map, nowadays there's a little dent in it. When you start out in Georgia and you walk and walk and walk that first 100 miles, take a look at the map and you haven't even gone anywhere. But now attitudes are changing. My attitude's definitely changing for the better. Not that it was bad to begin with, but just getting that level of stoke that just might have it in me to get all the way there. And so, feeling fantastic, plugging through Virginia. Like I say, I apologize for the lack of videos, but you really haven't missed all that much. I'm going to try and pack in a little bit of footage today for you when I get to Pearisburg, get set up. Then I will edit some videos. Well, edit this video and get this online for you guys. So, Southern Virginia. And there's my mug. I'm gonna put in some headphones, hike myself 8 miles into town, get myself a nice hot shower, do some laundry, eat some food. Oh, not trip and fall on my face, hopefully. Oh, so I have made it this whole way, and I have not, believe it or not, after I just about trip and fall on my face, I have not fallen down one single time. So that is awesome. I'm just looking to continue that streak all the way to Katahdin, and hopefully that happens. But I have not fallen down one time. The number of campfires that I've been keeping a very close track, or very close tabs on how many campfires I've had. That is exactly 0. I have not had a campfire. I've not sat around a campfire. How crazy is that? 630 miles through the forest, camping most every single night, and haven't even sat around a campfire yet. But campfires are a pain in the behind. Gotta gather firewood, there's a bit of, but in places where you're supposed to have fires, a lot of the easy pickings are gone. So there's that pain in the butt, wandering around, gathering firewood, getting the fire going, then having the smoke get in all your gear and stuff, and you smell like campfire, which isn't, in my opinion, a horrible smell, but I prefer to not smell like campfire the entire time. So yeah, another little interesting fact for you. Oh, I don't know if it's interesting or not, but another little fact for you. 0 campfires in 630 miles of Appalachian Trail. 0 falls, 0 ticks, and 0 blisters. And knock on wood, yet again. So hopefully this little rant, spiel, whatever, rambling of a crazy man on the Appalachian Trail makes up for my lack of videos in the last little bit. I apologize. I've just been into it and hiking through the Green Tunnel in Southern Virginia. I hope you all have a spectacular day, and we'll see you soon. seems to be the story lately. So I've been doing a lot of filming. I don't like getting everything soaked, but I did have to pull the camera out and record this random trail thought I've been having concerning bear encounters. So I saw a sign that, well, I've seen multiple signs that tell you when you have bear encounters, you know, to make loud noises and clack your trekking poles together, pots and pans, whatever. And some of them say to throw rocks at the bears. So now I'm thinking, when I throw rocks at bears and the sign says at bears, that means I'm supposed to be hitting the bear? Do I really want to throw a rock out there, hit a bear in the head, piss it off, and have it come kick my ass for hitting it in the head with a rock? Besides, I'd feel bad hitting a poor bear in the head with a rock. So anyways, random trail thought. I don't know. Throw rocks at bears, hit them, or just towards the bears. Stuff to think about while walking through Virginia in a rainstorm, putting some miles on. Hope you're all having a great day.